Cosa?
Lei dice ha vinto la Selva.
Oddio.
Che so adesso. Che bello
Non sto capendo niente. Sto registrando.
O la selva o il buco?
Stai qua, stai qua. Resti qua. Claudia, mettilo una davanti.
Stanno arrivando, vedi?
Cioè,
Non si è capito.
Oli, vai nella specchia. Abbiamo aperto. Sì, fai.
Non sto capendo niente. Selva?
C'è un'ora
solo, e ha vinto da solo, regà. Non poteva dire che emozione. Non si accontentava, vinto, forza solo.
Aspettiamo per vedere.
Ci ho lasciato un pezzetto. Dai un bacio a Tittia. Grazie, grazie.
Aspetta, ora si aspetta, non fatto niente. Fa tutto il cavallo.
Continua invece male.
Qualche centino.
Arrivano, arrivano. Eccoli, eccoli.
Non so bene.
Fantino è già dentro.
Lo so, ma lui ha visto un cappello e dice Fantino. Lo vedi il fisico? Vuoi entrare? entrare, si vanno a vedere dentro. Vai via, vai.
Sì, sì, ma stavo lì.
Prendi fiato. Prendi fiato.
Sto facendo delle immagini di merda.
Non stavo lì, sono arrivata.
Vado quando vuoi.
Oh my god. Okay, we're back. I've run all the way here. As you know, the palio has been run, and actually something has happened, because I thought that it was Brujo for sure that won, but I'm seeing Selva flags everywhere. So it turns out that Selva won with the scosso. It was a photo finish, and in fact, now that we're only seeing Selva flags, it means that Brujo did not win. Brujo did not win. It was Remorex Scosso. That means without a rider, Titia fell off after the second San Martino curve. He was down, but now you only can see the orange and green of the Selva. So what a race. This is Remorex's second win, and the win will also go to Titia. Titia technically has made a cappotto because he won in July and he won again now. Even though he fell off, doesn't matter. It's a win, as a win is a win. Remember, Siena is black and white, and this is a win. So here we have the members of the Selva. Now, there was probably a whole bunch of confusion in the piazza. In fact, I ran all the way here. I missed the final, so we will we will have to go over that again. Oh my gosh, so now there's a bit of confusion here because people thought that the Brujo won for the first time since 2008, but no, it's Selva. The last time that Selva won was in August of 2015 with the horse Polonsky and the rider Titia, who stayed on the horse that time. And in fact, that particular palio race of August 17th, it was sent back a day because of rain delay. Titia won that, and that was the fastest race in modern palio history. This one, I don't know, but Remorex is a horse to be reckoned with. It's only his third race, and he has now won 2 out of 3. Can you believe it? Okay, calm. Oh my gosh. This is palio. Anything can happen. In fact, from when I ran after having watched in our quote-unquote studio, between that, even though Brio had his nervo alzato, thinking that he had won, in fact, it was very, very close. I was convinced it was the scosso Remorex without a rider, and indeed, it was he who won. Or I should say it, Castro de Mail, who cares? Remorex won, and soon Titia will probably make his way over. I saw the horse earlier. The horse will also make its way into Piazza Duomo to be... Ecco, I see the palio banner. Oh my gosh, that beautiful palio banner by Milo Manara. A palio banner that received one of the warmest welcomes, I think, in Entrone history, when the presentation of the palio occurred just days before the assignment of the horses to the contrade. Everyone cheered for minutes on end. The cheering never stopped in the Entrone, in the Cortile del Podestà, for Milo Manara. And right now, the Trappellone, the Cencio, that beautiful work of art by the famed comic book illustrator and artist Milo Manara, is making its way down the Via del Capitano to the Duomo with the jubilant Selvaioli, the members of the Selva, the Forest Contrada. We were there today at the blessing of the horse, but who knew it would have finished like this? Let's hope that Titia is okay, but I see the flags of the Selva now with that glorious Cencio, the glorious palio banner, Trappellone by Milo Manara for August 16th, 2019. So okay, an update here. Titia was brought over. He's okay. He had to be seen, obviously. He fell off the horse at the San Martino curve. You all saw that those mattresses there are the same grade as Formula One race car drivers use. You can imagine the impact with which a rider falls there. Oh, there's the horse. There is Remorex. Wow, Remorex, an absolutely glorious horse, Remorex. There you can see covered in sweat. That was an incredibly tense mossa. I don't even know what time the race went. I wasn't looking at my watch. Time stands still during the palio. And in fact, the Mostere took them out 8 times. There was one forced mossa. He made them leave the canopy 8 times because Oca was constantly attacking its rival. Torri refused to go in the right spot, and Pantera was the rincorsa. It never ever went until that very one time, and so the first mossa was the first valid mossa. And I don't even know what happened to the other horses, but really it was first we saw Onda, and then we saw Brujo, and then we saw Selva as well. And of course, even though Titia fell off, we're sure that he's okay. He's a strong young jockey, and this of course will be his, oh my gosh, his Capotto. He will get the win for 2019, his second Capotto actually in palio history, if I'm remembering correctly. But Selva with Remoreks, it's Remoreks' third palio and second win, and Titia's 33rd. Oh, 2 good numbers there, 3 and 33. I believe in numerology, perhaps it was meant to be there. Okay. So this is the 39th official win for the Selva. Beautiful palio. What a wonderful palio. That was really tense, but sometimes winning without a rider is even a more beautiful victory because the horse is not riding for glory or money or fame. The Selvaioli, they're counting off another August victory as they are about to bring the Drapellone into the Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta. You'll remember that this palio is run in honor of the Assumption of the Virgin and worldwide festival, feast day that's celebrated on the 15th of August here in Siena. We run a palio on the 16th of August to give thanks to the Virgin, who is the advocate, the protectress, the queen, not only of heaven, but of Siena itself. And now we see some other Contrada flags, the allies of the Selva, coming into the central doors of the cathedral, which are only opened on incredibly special occasions. Of course, the August 16th palio is one of those occasions. Wow, okay. So now there's a bit of calm here. You can see that Remoreks is circling. The Barbaresco, or the head groomsman, is bringing Remoreks around for a lap. And here come other members of the Selva. Again, there was confusion in the Piazza del Campo. Brio was for sure, he was certain that he won for the Bruco, for the Caterpillar, but indeed it was not to be. It was the Scosso, a photo finish of the Cavallo Scosso, the riderless horse Remoreks. Titia, we know that he was taken off in an ambulance, but hopefully he will be okay. It's just a precautionary measure. Titia, young jockey, incredible jockey. He is half Sardinian and half German. His nickname Titia is Sardinian actually dialect for che freddo, what coldness, which refers to his steely demeanor, of course, with that half German there. So he has a Capotto this year. There is Remoreks. Wonderful brown horse with that kind of light blonde mane. Remoreks, really a horse to be reckoned with. It won its very first palio, the extraordinary palio, the 20th of October 2018, and there again it won without a rider, but this time for the Tartuja, for the tortoise Contrada, the turtle, and now it wears the spennacchiera, that feather, quote unquote, on its head, the spennacchiera with the colors of the forest, the Selva Contrada, green, orange and white. What a victory for the Selva. In palio history, it's their 39th official victory. And it will be Titia's official the August palio. Del Campo at the palio race of Siena. A 9-year-old horse, and in fact some people are saying that, I've heard people say that a horse really comes into its own 7, 8, 9 years old, and Remoreks is third. And Oh, beautiful. That's what the children threw. Barbaresco is the head groomsman that takes care of the horse 24/7. Remember, the horse is taken care of. The horse sleeps in a stable in the contrada, scusate, where it is looked after night and day by the Barbaresco and the Vice Barbaresco. So, a nice breeze now. Calm, calm, calm. The Selva, one of the 4 contrade that has absolutely no enemies. And guess what? This is a palio delle 4 verdi, a palio of the 4 greens. The greens are Oca, Selva, Drago, and Brujo. And they say in palio lore that when the 4 greens run, something unexpected or calamitous might happen. In this case, the calamity was that Brujo did not win and Selva did. So 2 of the greens were involved. 2 of the 4 greens were involved. And in fact, the Brujaioli were celebrating Aiciolino won. Aiciolino was the rincorsa, the number 10 position. He did nothing until the very end. And the first time that he went to make the race start, that one was valid. The Mosiere decided, this is valid, let's go. So the Mosiere was taken out. And again, it was neck and neck and neck. It was actually nose and nose and nose until the very end. Titia fell off at the second San Martino curve and ran scosso. That means Remorex ran scosso without a rider. And then at the end, Brio, he raised his nervo, his whip. He thought that he had won. And I'm so sorry, but he did not. It was official palio win, to say a prayer for Titia, to make sure that he's okay after he fell off the horse, and to give thanks for the beauty that is Remorex, who has won its second of 3 palio races. What celebrates this rather incredible win? Again, a palio of the 4 and it's also live web TV. So I don't know what else to say. I'm spent. I'm absolutely spent. This was an incredibly emotional palio. Thank you so much for staying with us on Palio Live all throughout these 96 hours of the festival. We were with you from the batterie, the selection trials. We were together for the assignment of the horses. And in fact, the Selva was one of the contrade that celebrated the arrival of Remorex into their stable. We heard the jubilations in the Piazza del Campo on the 13th of August, and now we hear them again on the 16th. They will take home that beautiful palio banner painted by Milo Manara, celebrated comic book artist, but who now, that was made for the Ferrari Church in Venice in 1518, perhaps influenced by Raphael. And of course, Milo Manara says the greatest respect that you can do as an artist is to the Virgin Mary and the cult of the Virgin here in Siena and the Palio race. And one of the quotes that I read from him in an interview before even the presentation of the Palio was that right now I feel like I am the last link in this long chain of artists who have contributed to the Palio. So he is not the last link, but he is the latest link, and there will be 2 more added next year. So, I need a drink. I need a drink. Oh, there's some salvaioli. Those look like some new salvaioli, some brand new fazzoletti, which will have their first sweat of victory during this palio. There'll be lots of other fazzoletti that will be untied very soon, because you will notice that the salvaioli will have to untie their neck scarves and put a ciuccio, put a pacifier or a dummy on their scarves to show that they have been reborn. They are now the youngest, because in the palio there is continuity. In the palio there's eternal life. So the contrada with the longest losing streak is the closest to death, and the contrada that just had the palio has been there is rebirth in the palio. There is poetry in the way it is not the jockey who wins, in which it has lived the last few days. And now Remorex will be a part of palio history, part of the Tartuga, part of the Selva now. Okay. Wow, so here come the members of the Selva now. They will have said their Te Deum inside. They will have sang in praise of the Virgin Mary, in praise of the Virgin Mary, in praise of everyone who has come before, to give thanks for the members of the Selva themselves. Because remember, one of the themes that has followed us these last 4 days of the Palio is not just the glory of the Palio victory, but the days of the Palio, even for the contradas that don't run, is this theme of unity. The Palio is a chance for all the members of the contrade to come together, young and old, to talk about Palio's past and discuss their hopes for the actual Palio in the present. it is an opportunity to feel united, because here in Siena, this is a town unlike any other, and emotions run high. I don't know if you got that either from our days of broadcasting, but here there's a mechanism for the emotions as well. Everyone comes together in their hopes. Those who did not win the Palio are together in their disappointments. Those whose enemy perhaps did not win can celebrate together in the fact that even though they didn't win, their rival suffered a great defeat. There are many different ways of celebrating here, and of course, no matter what happens, Palio è vita, Palio is life, and Palio is part of the life of all of the Contradaioli and all of the Senesi here. And remember what Duccio Palacci said, the Palio is a festa italiana. This is an Italian festival, and of course we can say now, perhaps an international one. We hope that these emotions have been transmitted through your iPhones, through your tablets, through your computers, as we have tried to share the emotions of the 96 hours of the Palio, from the assignment of the horses to the trial races to the final Palio itself. And you will see when you watch the replay of the final Carriera of the 16th of August 2019, you will see just how close this finish actually was. You will see when Titia fell off of Remorex, and Remorex is a horse that loves to run on its own. This is a horse who was born to be the leader of a pack, and in fact, you can see now